I actually should have come up there this way, but anyway, doesn't matter. There are some size of machines. There's strikes as well, but they are absolutely massive. And I'd say that's wet in their bike gear as well. I didn't think you could drive up this way actually. Look at that machine. That is nice. So I didn't know you could drive up here and come up on the bike. Or why not? That's cool. So anyway, behind me, this is the Rock of Cashel, also known as the Cashel of the Kings and St. Patrick's Rock. So Queen Elizabeth II visited this in 2011, which is a fun fact. So according to legend, the Rock of Cashel originated from the Devil's Bit, mountain 20 miles north of Cashel, when St. Patrick banished Satan from a cave. Satan is around somewhere, the whole how many. But according to part of the life of St. Patrick, Cashel is reputed to be the site of the conversion of the King of Munster by St. Patrick in the 5th century also. And the Rock of Cashel was traditional seat for the Kings of Munster as early as the 4th century, prior to the Norman invasion. And in the 5th century, the Ognogda clan built a fortress at Cashel, retaining supremacy over hundreds of years. And then also in 1977, Brian Boru was crowned there as king and made Cashel his capital also. So in 1101, the King of Munster, Murchach O'Brien, donated his fortress on the rock to the church. So not the road, the rock. So yeah, that's a little bit of the history of the rock. So like I said earlier, they believe then that it's originated from the Devil's Bit, where St. Patrick banished Satan as well. So some fun facts there as well, but it's unreal. So there's 3 different buildings on the rock. So Cormac's Chapel with the parts of the cathedral on either side. There's carvings and frescoes inside the chapel. Also there's a cathedral, the Hall of Vicars Corl inside. So I think that's the cathedral there. And then around the back then you have a round tower as well. So yeah, and there's also a 7-foot Celtic cross there. So we might try go up and get a bit closer and see can we see any of the buildings, okay, inside any of the buildings. It's a really warm day carrying the bike here, but who cares? Once we can get in and have a good look around, or even on the outside perimeter, we can have a good look around just to show you a bit more of the rock. Yeah, we can't get in any further for the day. They're closing up there now for the day, but it's an absolutely glorious day. Okay, so you can see the round tower there as well, just over here, and then that's the cathedral there. I think it's around here. This is the cathedral, and then there's a Celtic High Cross over here as well, which is massive when you see it up close. Really, really big. But yeah, isn't it a fascinating place? So Cashel of the Kings and Devil Bit and St. Patrick getting rid of Satan. This place I just came across looking for attached cottage for the road adventures. So the Boher Score is a preserved labourers cabin, the only surviving one of 10 cabins that once stood here. 4 of them were built of stone, similar to this one, and had thatched roofs. The rest were made of mud and wattles. Opposite the Bohorn is the ducking pond, where punishment was meted out to the ladies who were found guilty of unsocial behaviour. Where's the pond? In there maybe? I don't know. That's cool, isn't it? Cashel, Cashel. So it's a peasant dwelling. This recently restored cottage is approximately 365 years old and is the last of 10 small dwellings that once stood here. As we said earlier, unsocial behaviour were immersed in public in order to atone for their crimes. What a fascinating piece of history, isn't it, on the heritage trail. And yeah, this is one of the points for road adventures. Attached cottage, not the Boher Score. So that's very interesting. I actually came back around because I passed a few things And I said, you know something, I'm not going to waste my time when I'm up here. I'm going to make the most of it. So yeah, here we are.